Time now for the morning rush, and we start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Pretty nice day ahead of us. Looking at sunshine from state line to state line and warmer temperatures too. Most of us getting back to the 60s and 70s. But I want to take you into tomorrow. Keep your eyes over the north and northeast. There's the cold front bringing in some high mountain snow, a little bit of a rain snow mix for the lower elevations. This will happen late Thursday into early Friday with the Albuquerque metro area dry but windy as we close in on the overnight hours. Fernanda?
Happening today, early voting begins for Albuquerque's runoff election. 2 mayoral candidates remain after voters narrowed down the field from 7 3 weeks ago. State Auditor Tim Keller, who walked away with about 40% of the votes earlier this month, will face City Councilor Dan Lewis. There are 12 early voting locations. They'll open from 9 to 6 p.m. on weekdays through November 10th. Remember, you will need a photo ID to vote. Crystal?
An update to yesterday morning's breaking news. A suspect is behind bars after leading a deputy on a chase, prompting him to fire his weapon. Yesterday morning, deputies were called to an aggravated assault case near a Sled Bridge. BCSO says deputies spotted a man matching the suspect's description. They say the man took off running, and a deputy fired at least one shot before the suspect was taken into custody uninjured. Deputies are still trying to figure out exactly why the deputy fired his weapon. BCSO did say they found a gun at the scene. This morning, we're working to learn more about a deadly pedestrian crash in the South Valley. We know it happened last night on Coors at Parito. Deputies say a pedestrian was hit by a car and died. The area was closed off for some time, but it's since been reopened. As soon as we learn more details, we'll pass them on to you right here at KRQE. On to some breaking news now. 2 people are dead after an overnight shooting at a Louisiana college. A sheriff spokesman says one of the victims who was killed on the campus at Grambling State University was a student. Right now, officers say the shooter is on the run. A spokesperson with the college says it happened during an altercation in a courtyard. President Trump set to travel to Dallas to attend a GOP fundraiser today. This amid a growing feud between him and 2 Republican senators. Yesterday, Arizona Senator Jeff Flake says he will not seek re-election next year. This was before criticizing the president for his, quote, reckless, outrageous, and undignified behavior. Tennessee Senator Bob Corker, who's also retiring at the end of this term, also criticized Trump, saying that he tells lies. New Mexico lawmakers are inviting Governor Susana Martinez to explain her plan for repealing and replacing bail reforms. On Friday, a criminal justice subcommittee is set to meet to discuss the amendment passed by voters a year ago. Last week, the governor blasted it, saying it's a threat to public safety. It's unclear if the governor's office has responded to the invitation. On to news, new at 6, Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl returns to a military courtroom this morning at Fort Bragg for his sentencing hearing. Prosecutors plan to present evidence that fellow service members were seriously wounded in a fruitless search for him after he abandoned his post in Afghanistan. The military judge has yet to rule on defense arguments that he cannot get a fair hearing with President Donald Trump as commander-in-chief. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index at a 0, not looking at any problems weather-wise. Sunny skies, temperatures above average in the 70s, and light winds coming out of the south about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Crystal?
Spaceport America has taken big steps to potentially become another site for commercial flights. Virgin Galactic tweeted the FAA added Spaceport America as an approved launch site. You might remember Doña County Commissioners also approved a proposal to build the Southern Road. The spaceport was supposed to be the home of commercial space tourism. At least that's what was promised in 2009. Flu season is here, and New Mexico is already seeing its first suspected death due to the illness. The health department says patients include an 82-year-old man from Bernalillo County who's been recently hospitalized. There are 4 additional confirmed cases, including 1 death. The department says it is investigating the outbreak but urges people to get vaccinated. PNM says it does not have a timeline for when it can fix street lights in one Albuquerque neighborhood. It's where it's pitch black this morning. Neighbors say they don't walk outside after dark because lights on Avenida Cesar Chavez from Broadway to I-25. They've been out for the last 4 to 5 weeks. PNM says it's been working to figure out this problem, but they're still unsure what's exactly causing the recent outages. Okay, listen up, drivers. Happening now, more construction is officially underway along Central between I-25 and Louisiana. This is to put in new rumble strips. It's supposed to create a noticeable vibration if a car tries to cross it. Crews will be working overnight until 8 o'clock in the morning through the end of the week. You can expect delays in that area during that time.
Time now for a check on traffic. Just one crash to report to you this morning. That's in the southbound lane of Coors at Rio Bravo. So if your commute takes you in that direction, plan on some minor slowing there. Everything else moving at posted speeds. Of course, I'll keep tabs on it and let you know of any updates throughout the morning.
Okay, a lot of people saw this coming. Snapchat is having trouble selling its spectacles. Well, the social media company boasted that it sold 150,000 pairs of the sunglasses. The video there, reportedly, there's hundreds of thousands of spectacles sitting in a warehouse unsold. The glasses cost $130 a pair. All right, finally, your dose of adorable this morning. Meet the newest addition to the Chicago Zoo, a southern hairy-nosed wombat named Joey. Joey was born last February, and it wasn't until she was about 6.5 months old that zookeepers first saw her emerge from her mother's pouch. That's because at birth, a wombat Joey is about the size of a bumblebee. So tiny. The unnamed female weighs in around is about 10 pounds, and she's not able to climb back into her mother's pouch now.
Too big.
Too big. Sorry. It's like when you have a 4-year-old. They're like, please carry me. You're like,
yeah. Up.
Yeah. You're like,
cute,
you're getting too big, but.
Ask Dad.
Ask Dad. He'll give you a pony-back ride. All right, time for the 5 facts.
We'll start with number 5. Game 2 of the World Series kicks off tonight after a hot start to Game 1. Last night, the LA Dodgers beat the Houston Astros 3-1 in record heat. But New Mexico still shined bright. Academy grad Alex Bregman hit the solo home run for the Astros in the loss. Game 2 kicks off at 6 p.m. tonight on Fox New Mexico.
Awesome job, Bregman. Number 4 now. New this morning, we're now learning the state also submitted a bid to land Amazon's second headquarters. According to the Las Cruces Sun News, the state's proposal includes a southern option. This will be along the U.S.-Mexico border. It would be located in Los Santos. It's near Santa Teresa. Backers of the proposal say it's an attractive option because it offers a combined labor pool, 200 acres, and plenty of sun for renewable energy. Albuquerque also submitted its own bid last week. You might remember we told you about that.
At number 3, warmer today with sunshine overhead. Winds come in late tomorrow night with a cold front. Much cooler by Friday with some mountain snow Thursday night into Friday morning.
Number 2 now. New this morning, Los Alamos Public Schools is considering a policy aimed at protecting immigrant students. This amid fears of increased federal enforcement. According to the Los Alamos Monitor, board members are scheduled to meet tomorrow to discuss how school staff should react if federal immigration agents come on campus without a warrant. Now, under the proposal, staff would notify the superintendent and not give agents any information on the students' whereabouts. Number 1 now, the runoff election for Albuquerque's next mayor kicks off today. Early voting is underway. 2 mayoral candidates remain at this. State Auditor Tim Keller, City Councilor Dan Lewis are facing off.